The Caretaker, that's what, your second, this is my question last time Dave was on, the second Pinter for Loose Moose.
Yes, and it's his second full-length play.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah, it's
in a row, like that he wrote?
Yeah, he wrote The Birthday Party, which was an incredible flop.
Mm-hmm.
I went to see it, and it was off. It came off after about 3 days. And then he wrote this play, which had a mixed reception, but was very successful and transferred from the Arts Theatre to the West End. And it established him in most people's mind as a really good playwright. We knew he was anyway, but...
Is this your first time trying to do it? Have you ever tried to direct the Caretaker before?
Nope.
Never?
Nope.
This is it. That's surprising. Hi, Dave.
Hi.
So you're playing Davies?
Yes.
Which is the old man in the play?
Yes.
And is that a tough role?
Yes. Yeah.
Why? Is it the length?
Well, the length, one thing, it's 100% stage time, on stage the whole time. And that's one of the tough parts. Just learning the script itself is really time consuming.
Any particular reasons for doing Pinter right now, Keith? Or this play, The Caretaker?
Well, Loose Moose is in a lot of financial trouble at the moment because of our new premises. And it's an interesting play. The demands on us aren't great. It doesn't have a whole set of sets. It's not expensive to do. We have 3 people who can do it. It's very convenient. Also, it's just been very successful, I think, on Broadway. So we think it's, we like the play, and we also think other people will come and see it.
Do you think that's right?
Hot.
You think other people will come and see the play?
Yeah.
Lots of them?
Yeah.
Is Pinter a good playwright?
Yeah.
Do you think he was influenced much by Sam Beckett?
Yeah.
That's interesting too. I read something on that. What about, you knew Pinter?
Yes, I did know.
Like how well? Did you give him any roles, or did you ever work with him?
When The Birthday Party failed, he was very poor, so we put him into a play of mine just to get him some money, which we were able to do. We went to the Opera Festival and we had to have somebody to play a cripple. So Harold he actually had to be carried on the stage, stand motionless, and be carried off again. That was his appearance, but we could pay him for that. He didn't do it very well, actually.
You knew Pinter. You knew Pinter is what I meant to get to.
Your knees are shaking, Jim. What's
When did you meet him? I just want to get that question in this time. When did you meet Pinter?
I met him when I went round to his apartment, and as I opened the door, his son got the end of his penis caught in a powder compact. I think it was the first time I actually met him. So all hell went loose for at least half an hour.
That's a true story, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is.
And this was very early, and he had all of Beckett's novels on the mantelpiece before anyone knew anyone had... He was a Beckett collector. He had books I didn't know existed.
Really?
Yeah. Hiya, Ben.
Hi, Ben.
You studying theatre?
Yeah.
You've read most of the great plays now?
Yeah.
What do you think of Vancouver doing? Oh, yeah, it's good that Vancouver's doing Hamlet as theatre sports, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben, you've been to see theatre sports ever since you were about that high, and you never used to laugh, but in the last year you've been laughing sometimes.
Really?
Why did it used to interest you when you weren't laughing?
Sometimes the people just walked around the stage and did play, and I just listened.
But I noticed a lot of young kids, go to theatre sports. What do they get out of it? And they're not laughing at the same things the grown-ups are they?
No.
No. So?
Are they, Dave?
No.
You don't laugh at
at all.
theatre sports, I've noticed, Dave. When you're not playing.
Shouldn't we change the channel here?
Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to change the channel.
Okay,
on this.
just
do it.
There's
change
a
the
button right
channel
there.
then.
I can't take this. Whoa! That's a real... That's what you get for being boring. That'll teach us. Remember when it was just a simple zero and the home you go?
And it was gone.
And now, things have changed in
change,
theatre
things
sports.
change,
You know? They really have.
Do you do all this by the camera technology?
Everything's technology here at the cable station, Keith. You'd be amazed.
I'm astounded.
From
Advanced technology doubles every 5 years now.
the Now Show is
tell you-
currently, Keith, in 6 simple weeks, the #1 show on cable. And you can quote me on that.
Is
Whether
that
it's
right?
true or not. I mean, why not start a rumor?
Okay, then I will. The Now Show is now, after 6 short weeks, the #1 show on cable.
I've never heard that. That's so good.
It's a quote by Jim Curry.
That's something you read?
You guys don't get serious, I'll change the channel on you.
Okay.
I couldn't go
what's-
through that again.
No, let's not even try. How do theater
those-
sports? Yeah, it happened to me there. Did you get that?
Shortly.
Signals from outer space. How do teams in different cities, other than Calgary, which is the home of theater sports, right? Calgary is. Is Calgary the home of theater sports?
Yeah.
Okay. How do they get started? How does a city like Vancouver start theater sports? San Francisco has theater sports now.
Vancouver started because I went down there,
Over there.
over there if you like, and suggested to Ray Michael that if he did it, it would fill his theatre up. And he didn't quite believe it, but he thought he'd go with it. And it
City
did fill his
City
theatre.
Stage
City
Theatre.
Stage, that's right.
Yeah.
And they've been going ever since. Usually, often it's people who've seen theatre sports here or Vancouver want to start it somewhere else.
They come here.
Yeah.
What about in the case of San Francisco? They have a theater sports league going to start down there, or what is the situation?
They're playing it in San Francisco now.
Uh-huh.
I think it must be because someone read the book I wrote,
Impro.
Impro.
Peter
Yeah.
Coyote.
That's right. Peter Coyote flew over here.
Peter Coyote of E.T.
He was an ET, but
He's
he's also the president of the California Arts Council.
Chairman of
That's
right.
California Arts
And
Council.
he flew
What's that
up
mean?
to see what we were doing. It just means he's the chairman of, gives away lots of money to.
California Theater
You're having
Company?
that same trouble I
Yeah,
have.
yeah. Could you move that?
Yeah.
He gives away, and he can't do it across the border. He can't
No.
come up to Canada and give us a $500,000.
Unfortunately, not.
Dave, what, you're making it worse.
But we obviously should all move down to. We need
California.
machetes
But
down to San Francisco because life would be a bit easier if we did.
it'd be warmer in the winter, too.
True.
But the obligation to Calgary Theatre, I mean, that's why you're here, isn't it, Keith? You looked at one day on a map when you lived in England. You said, I got to make that city happen.
Perhaps.
The story I'm interested in is you taught those monks this summer in San Francisco. You taught a room full of monks?
I did give a workshop to monks, teaching them games like taking the hat and falling on banana skins.
But these
and
guys have bald heads, don't they, and things?
It does tend to make you look at the tops of their ears, rather. But you get used to that. I think, actually, I keep telling you guys that there is something religious about spontaneity, since it's non-verbal, and it's related to Zen Buddhism. And Zen Buddhist monks take to it like ducks to water, because it's absolutely in their area.
Right.
But you may not believe it, but they do.
What are some of the secrets to being a good improviser? What do you like to see people look
Humility.
like? Humility.
Humility,
But that's not all, right? You
And-
can be humble and still be bad.
yeah, but it's a start. Because
Okay.
then, if the audience like you, you get such a rush. Whereas if you're arrogant and they don't like you, you just think those swine out there, they don't love me.